Good morning. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's a thing. I was listening on the way in, and they were talking about Aqib having a 2-game suspension, which will cost him ultimately $1.5 million.
Wow, a lot more than a chain.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you think, like, because wasn't he basically defending somebody who got sucker punched?
Chris Harris.
Right. So, I mean, shouldn't that guy kick in? A couple
Oh,
bucks?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
That's just
They're
a lot,
going to
a lot of
appeal
money.
it, and it probably won't go through this season. It might go through next season. So because he immediately after I got the alert on my phone saying that, the next alert said, "Oh, he's gonna try to appeal it," and so is Crabtree. So and that takes weeks, if not months.
So in other words, if it'll stop him from being suspended for the next couple
games, and the season's almost over anyway.
Okay.
So
but he still might have to give that money back.
Yeah, next year. Oh, yeah.
God, that's just a lot of money for an ego moment.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, he obviously had to beef that guy, so he was looking for a reason.
That's exactly it.
Right. So that was an expensive, like, where you'd be, like, driving home from work going, stupid.
That's why it's like, you can't be a captain and have that kind of temperament. You need to be more even keel.
Right. So I wonder if they'll be like, you're no longer captain because you set a bad example.
I don't know.
Probably. I think he'll get cut.
Oh, really?
Maybe. I mean, do you want that on your team? Do you want him on your team? I mean, he's reactionary to everything.
He better save those 2 chains then.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
They were also saying on the news, they said something about, the amount of that people spent from last year on Cyber Monday was $1 billion more than they spent last year. And that, by the time everybody's said and done spending for Christmas, people will spend $100 billion.
What?
Can you believe that?
We had that extra money floating around?
Exactly.
Or is that all of our credit cards?
I don't know, but that's what everybody's going to spend by the time the holidays are done.
And here's the funny thing is yesterday I did a little, like, kind of like question, poll as I was walking around. And I didn't find a single person that bought stuff for somebody else.
Oh, it was all
people
themselves.
Bought,
for themselves.
Like, I got myself a designer bathrobe. These people got themselves new pillows. These people over here got a TV. It was all for themselves.
Right. Well, and that's kind of like,
awesome.
Well, that's awesome. But I mean, I'm sure there's a ton of people that, like, can already claim, got all my shopping done.
Oh, no, for sure.
And I haven't even started.
We definitely bought for the kids. I mean, right.
Well, and it's easy kind of for them because there's so many cool things. Ooh, I hope you didn't get this because I text myself the name of it.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
It's like a little Fisher-Price 2-wheeled robot.
Oh, how cool.
Okay, so
we
don't
have to
get him
look
that.
at it. Well, we have to look at it.
Why?
Because I have a lot of toys in the house.
Oh, no, but this is like a learning thing, and he comes in and he's like, hello, and then he's like...
Does his chest light up?
His face does, and then the top of his head.
See, we have to look. I think we have something like that.
See, all the good commercials are out now, so I'm getting him that. Oh, damn it, they already have it. And then I looked through this other thing, and these were like the top 10 toys this Christmas. I was like, she already has the Barbie dream house.
Yeah, right.
She already has that little kitchen that he bought her, so she kind of has like all the cool stuff.
She kind of does, right. But this year, the big thing is this, like, it's the size of a beach ball.
Okay.
And it's called, like, surprise, that's like the name of the toy.
Okay.
Inside the beach ball are like 50 individually wrapped toys.
Oh, that's cool.
But they're dumb toys, like the toys you get out of the gumball machine.
How do you open the beach ball?
I don't know.
You pop it?
No, it's more like a egg kind of container.
And then they open it up.
But in a beach ball shape.
And then all the toys inside are just lame.
But from what I've seen, it's nothing crazy. It's like, a ring or this or that, but they're not anything expensive.
Right.
But the thing is sold out everywhere.
Oh, so it's the it item.
It's the it item, and people are going to spend a ridiculous amount of money, just like those damn Hatchimals.
Which are everywhere now.
Right,
and they don't work.
everywhere.
And they didn't work. Half those things.
And
they
I know
wouldn't
somebody.
open.
Yeah, last year she literally went on eBay and bought one for like $350 because she had to make sure her daughter had one.
Right.
It's like, to me, I'm going to be like, get used to disappointment, kids, because I remember the toys I wanted and didn't get, and you live through it. But anyways, so this year though, Hatchimals, you can get them for like $6.99.
We did gift baskets at my family last year.
Oh yeah, you gave somebody.
And I put a Hatchimal in there,
right.
and my mom loves those dumb talking stuffed animal things. Like I can't even believe it. Like she literally owns like 10 of these little like
What? Your mom?
Right, and then she puts them all out at
Classy
Christmas.
Joan?
She puts them all out at Christmas, and then she's like bears that play the trumpet,
Right,
and
right.
like Santa that shows his butt, and there's all this stuff.
Right.
And so she thinks it's
Pulled
so
out the papers and the track.
Right.
Ain't no coming back.
right, and then she's got the golf bag that's
Merry
sings
Christmas all around.
the golf bag that sings "I'm all right."
Oh, yeah.
And the gopher pops out. So she last year took
Did
the
she have
time.
the fish on the wall?
No, but she videotaped all these like it was like
I
a tour
remember
of
that.
Disney World, and like she was so excited. She gets all excited like I don't get it. So then I was gonna like post it just because it was funny,
Right.
But then I was like, man, I can't. I'm not gonna be cool with a bunch of people ripping my mom,
Right.
So I couldn't. I didn't want to get in like, hey, that's my mother.
You didn't want to get in any fights.
Exactly.
Right.
But your mom didn't celebrate because she was Jehovah's Witness, raised
Right,
you
so
that way.
she's
So,
all
so
about
now
it
she's
now.
like you, the way you are with holidays, to where you're just like catching up to everyone else.
Right. So that's why I gave her the Hatchimal. And then so it hatched. And then, she was talking about it for weeks. She's like, oh, it's learning.
Are you
And she was all
kidding
about
me?
it. And then I went to ask her, hey, how come the Hatchimal's not in this group? And she's like, I let it go. She gave it to some kid.
I knew it. I had to.
It was too much work.
The fun of it was over, right?
Right.
Isn't it? Waiting for it to hatch.
Right. And then you're supposed to,
Raise it?
teach it until it becomes a human and enters the workforce.
Oh yeah, right. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
Right. You got to pay for its college.
Right,
It's
right.
terrible.
Right, and then what if you? I mean, they turn out to be, like
Heroin addict.
Right,
Right,
or an
exactly.
asshole.
Now-
Somebody you don't like.
Avery's different, but I'm sure you thought of this. And Gianna's that age because I see it with my nephew. It's like you could practically wrap a box, an empty box,
Oh,
and
no.
they'll play with that. Like, do you
That's
ever
what I
think
do.
about
No.
just doing
Well,
that?
as parents, it's like we don't have to buy a lot because everybody else buys everything.
Well, that and they're past the box is the prize because now they know something's in it that operates with
Although
batteries.
Gianna got pretty excited about all the tissue paper in the bags.
I know, but
on
she
her
liked
second
the
birthday.
she liked the unicorn that
She
was
did
on
like the
in
unicorn,
batteries
right.
better.
Because she's
not gonna
two
take
in
the
a-
tissue.
2 in a few months.
But
She's not
yeah.
going to take the box to bed with her. The unicorn, yes.
All right.
I don't know. She really likes that tissue.
Well, she's rapidly losing that
She
child's
is.
wonderment.
1 year old is your golden year because they don't care. They like the box.
Right, for sure.
Right.
And Avery understands Santa now and that whole routine. And is she scared of Santa? Does she want to see Santa?
No, she needs to see Santa.
Okay.
And there's a phone number that parents have passed around, and we can put it out.
She's
And-
it's a registered sex
Yeah,
offender
that's what I was
who looks
thinking.
just like him. It's crazy.
Hello.
He'll come to your house at night and wave
Well-
through the window.
I have access to this Santa, Larry, all the time. Right.
I call all the time
You're right.
and make sure she's being a good girl.
Yeah, so I
okay.
have that. But there's another one that you can call, and it calls to the North Pole.
Okay.
So you can be like, oh, what? You're not going to pick up your room? Well, let me just call the North Pole.
Hello,
really
you've reached
fast.
the North Pole. To report a bad child, press
Mom!
1.
No, Mom!
Right. To give your
Right.
child to Santa for labor in making toys, press 2.
So she picked up on Santa really fast.
Okay.
Avery, or Gianna just goes, Tanta.
Dun-ta,
No,
dun-ta.
so she doesn't
Okay.
understand Santa's watching you.
Now, so,
you
but
better be good.
Avery-
Everything is
Right.
riding on you
Right.
picking up your room.
Right, you got to teach the kids this so they buy into the God thing later.
Right.
Now he's watching you too.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. And she's not scared of Santa. Some kids are scared of
No,
Santa.
she's not scared.
Does she see
No,
him
she-
and wants to meet him and all that?
The girls were like OGs when it came to like scary Halloween things. I thought they were going to melt, and they were like, meh.
Yeah, thank
So-
God. Well, I don't know. At first, they had a little bit of a problem with the people hanging in your front yard.
Well, it was weird too because, it was funny because Mr. Efficient was coming over with the girls.
Right.
So I was like, I called him ahead, and I was like, you should pull up the driveway, and I'm on speakerphone in the car.
Uh-huh.
So Avery's listening.
Right.
So I go, you should pull up the driveway. I was like, so you don't scare the girls on all the stuff
and
that's
come
out
in the
front.
sideway. Yeah.
And he goes, oh, no, they're cool. And so I think Avery was cool, but she heard me say that.
That she should be scared.
Mhm.
She
So
was
she came in
reacting.
and she was like completely like over actress.
Oh, Jesus.
She was like, oh my God. And then I was like, come in, Avery, come in. And she ran into the house and went into the back TV room. And she's sitting on the chair on all fours. And she's all,
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah, and I was like-
hate it when she
yeah.
does that. I hate it when all kids do
Yeah.
that.
Right.
It's like, okay, calm down,
you're
drama
all,
queen.
Right. You're all, you'll learn later to spot a bad actress.
You didn't get the role.
Right. But you did get a Hatchimal.
Right.
Yeah,
here's,
yeah,
your,
yeah.
here's your second prize.
It's last year's hot Christmas
Exactly.
present.
Right.
So that's cool. So you have all the gifts figured out then, Kathie?
I think so. We're cool.
So Cyber Monday, Mr. Efficient,
you know
loaded
what?
up.
He got stuff for himself.
A lot of stuff for himself. But
Right,
then
including a robotic sex doll that doesn't talk back.
he is lucky that I don't check a single statement.
Well, that's
credit
what
card
he knows.
statement or
He made it
anything
that
like
way,
I
yeah.
mean, he literally could have her down in the basement and I wouldn't know. Because first of all,
your wife is up.
right,
Electronics sensed on floor 3.
two things are in his favor. The first one is I don't check credit card statements. The
Right.
second one is there's an exercise room that I would never go in our house.
So somebody could be living in there.
Right, he could have her down there showering every day. I don't know.
And the third thing is, Kathie completely does not believe that he, is going to see eclipses with guy friends for other reasons.
Yeah.
He's going because he likes the astronomy.
Yes. A whole full moon.
I mean, it was completely dark.
Right.
In the middle of the day.
He's all, did you know what happens during the eclipse? Doesn't really count.
Yeah.
We got to be quick.
Oh, yes.
Before the sun comes out,
Right.
hurry.
We'll have a matter of 32 seconds.
Oh, my God.
Okay, the sun's out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why does everything have to go gay with you?
I don't know. It's something I picked up when I was a kid. I
So-
don't know. I think I might have got the gay. There was a friend of mine that I used to be buddies with.
Okay, we don't need to
No,
hear this.
listen, and I had like
Oh,
this.
God.
Stop! I had this huge crush on him, and he was not gay, and so like one time, like the time that I finally came out to him, I thought it was gonna be like my moment and a big deal, like tell your friend,
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I'm gay, and he's like, you know what? He's like, I think I might be gay too, and I was like, are you kidding me? In my head, and I'm thinking, first of all, you stole my moment.
Okay.
And then second of all, I was like, I can't believe my crush might be gay. So then I was
Right.
like, I was
Okay.
determined to hit that, and
Yep.
then it turned out
Here
he
we go.
wasn't gay.
You waited for
wasn't.
the eclipse to happen.
No,
Right.
it just didn't
It
happen.
happen,
It just
right.
didn't
Didn't happen.
Yeah.
I think he
I'll
became,
see you in 22 years.
he became asexual or just a chronic self-pleasurer. Because
Okay.
he never had a girlfriend or a boyfriend or anything. Just owned a
Chronic
cat.
self-pleasure. Why do you just assume he just
I
became
don't
chronic
know.
self-pleasure?
So
He never coupled up.
He has a robot.
I guess. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
Thursday, you guys got the happy hour at the Alamo.
Yes, come out with us and celebrate happy hour. It's the Alamo Draft House on Colfax. We're going to be there from 4 to 6, and you can try the Blazin radio drink. It's delicious.
Yes, although I suggest only one muddled jalapeno.
Yeah, for sure. Because
'Cause it can get hot.
Yeah, if you like hot, then do 3. But yeah, one was perfect.
Right, 4 to 6, come hang out with us.
Yeah, it's a Yolo Rum Silver. It's like some sort of like, I don't know, they put some lime juice and some stuff in it. They muddle a jalapeno. It's brilliant.
And if you show that you download the app, you get half off an appetizer. So
And their
it's
appetizers are
win-win.
above and beyond.
Yeah.
We're going to eat the the peanut butter banana
Cookies. We're trying them this time.
It's funny you said that because I was going to say, I wonder if they have biscuititos.
Blazin' Hit Radio, Larry Ulibarri, Kathie, Jay Wiggins. Speaking of Kanye West and the Kardashians,
Yeah.
did you see Kris Jenner celebrated Christmas early?
No.
Oh, so she her and Kim kind of were like rivals to see who could throw the best Christmas party.
Oh, my God. It's not even December yet.
It's for the show, I'm sure.
For sure. So Kris has had the same Santa that she has at her house all the time. He looks just like him.
Okay.
So Kim stole the Santa.
Okay.
So Kris was really pissed off. So she heard that Kim was making an ice rink at her house. So Kris made an ice rink
At her
house.
Oh, my God.
And then
In their front room?
No,
I mean,
it
they're
was
big enough,
it was
for God's
outside.
sake.
Right, it was outside.
Okay.
And so they put up all the shrubbery around it. And they
Oh,
made,
why not?
And then they even had like a little center thing in the middle.
Yes.
And she had to hire Nancy Kerrigan to come out
you
and
kidding
skate.
me?
So when everybody went outside, let's go outside and see
Yeah.
what's outside.
Nancy Kerrigan was out there
and
skating.
she was all skating. So it's like, that's how rich people live.
I'm over them. I hate them
I
so
can't
much.
believe that. Any
and
of that.
they
You
just
know,
keep getting richer and richer.
Yeah.
It's like Kris Jenner just bought like a $9 million house across the street from Kim and Kanye.
Oh.
And she's going to just fix it up and then sell it for twice as much. And you know who got her in the real estate
Scott.
game? Scott. And
Scott.
Kylie is killing it. Like Kylie's going around buying like $20 million homes and then selling them for like 30.
What?
Like that's what she does.
What?
Yeah, I know. And not that her lip kit isn't making enough money. It's just disgusting.
The rich get richer.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
all-
You know, sometimes I look at Begno and he looks, Chris, my husband.
Yes.
And he looks a little Scott Disick. He gives me like once
You
in a while
think?
with the beard. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you gotta look from across the room.
Okay. Maybe with the beard.
I'm dating Scott Disick, and that's not a good thing.
No, I think
he's a drunk loser.
Right, exactly.
But he's rich. And you know what? He's dating Sofia Vergara. I mean, not Sofia Vergara.
Richie.
Sophia Richie. And I was checking her out to see what's the big hubbub about her.
Yeah,
why does Justin Bieber want to hump her? Why is this guy all over her?
It's because she's 19, right?
Right. And she's pretty basic. I mean, like, she's got great taste.
And her dad's Lionel Richie.
I know, but I mean, like, she's not this blow away beauty to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but it's 19.
Yeah, she's fresh.
It's the
Completely
new
fresh.
The new.
And she's serving herself up.
To a 30-something-year-old drunk guy.
Which is weird.
Right, but he's got money, so.
Did you guys hear Trump yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
So the Navajo comment.
That was so disrespectful.
I know, but it doesn't matter. He literally could go punch like a baby, and nobody would
No
care.
one cares.
They'd be like, that
Punched
baby called. He was asking for it.
He could have punched one of those Navajo code talkers.
Well, that was the thing. President Trump honored Navajo code talkers from World War II yesterday.
Too bad they didn't invite the Navajo ish talkers because these guys were way too old.
They would have been
and
like,
nice.
what?
Right.
What the hell did you just say?
What did you say?
Right.
And these guys were too
You're
old.
damn right we were here first. Get off our land. They needed somebody like that.
And then Trump was doing that whole, I like you. You're a special little guy. I like you.
I couldn't believe it.
Oh, my God.
Well, he brought out his old Pocahontas joke about Elizabeth Warren. He also met them at the White House in front of a portrait of Andrew Jackson, who was famous for signing the Indian Removal Act of 1830, which led to the Trail of Tears years later. So
it's almost like he's doing this stuff on purpose to give a little shout out to the alt-right, like,
That, or is he just that stupid?
It's both. Possibly both.
Well, you have to hear it.
Right.
I just want to thank you because you're very, very special people. You were here long before any of us were here, although we have a representative in Congress who they say was here a long time ago. They call her Pocahontas. But you know what? I like you.
What?
Because you are special.
He's so creepy and weird, and he doesn't even know how to do a dig. You know what I mean? Like, you just do it, and then you move on.
It's not about anyone but those men and their service.
I know, and then here's what's crazy to me, okay? So, like, he keeps bringing that up, and he keeps calling her that. So at some point, Elizabeth Warren had come out and said that her mom was half Native American or something like this.
Yeah, right,
and
right. Like, she had it in her blood.
Right, and her in-laws were, like, mean to her mom because she was part whatever.
Right, and then they it's one of those issues of prove it.
Right, and so, like, the thing is, to me, you know, she keeps coming out and going, how terrible he did this in front of them. But why doesn't she say, and here's the paperwork?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Because it just is kind of weird.
She needs to put that to rest.
Exactly,
Right.
because every time he says it, it's kind of like, well, then is that the case? Or, and even
But
though,
he likes
even if
to
it was the
name-call
case.
and bully.
Right, for sure. And it was
Right.
inappropriate either way.
Right, right.
Because it was just not the right time, and yeah.
It just wasn't the right time. I mean, you have these heroes like our national treasures of human beings that, you know, really put their lives on the line, did something that, I mean, they were like, people didn't really like them, but here they are fighting for this country.
Right, and they cracked the codes. They're the reason we won World War II.
Exactly.
These are the guys are the reason we won World War II. And the thing that pissed me off the most was that after all was said and done, they released a statement saying they didn't want to get in the middle of it. And it's like, he just insulted you.
Yeah.
And it's like, these are just older guys that it's going to take a couple weeks for the younger people to go, hey,
right.
He insulted you. Now you have to release a statement saying you're pissed.
Maybe they're just used to it. Native Americans have been so disrespected for so many years that they're just like, you know, this is
or they're just too old to get what he was doing.
Or what are you going to do? Say something's inappropriate, like the parents of that vet that was killed?
Yeah, for sure. I was hoping that guy would haul off and punch him.
He's going to come back. I mean, Trump will come back and have his reasoning, and it'll just go on and on. So I kind of see them wanting to just say, I don't want to get into that because this guy isn't going to give us an apology. He won't give anyone one apology.
They're all, it's not worth scalping him. He doesn't have much hair.
He's already been scalped.
I was going to say, some tells me it would come off pretty fast.
Right, like cotton candy.
Yeah, totally. What happens if it gets wet?
Right,
Does it crinkle up like cotton candy?
Right. Blazin' It Radio, Larry Ulibre, Kathie J. Wiggins. It's Tuesday. And, well, I guess just Tuesday.
Yeah.
There's nothing special. It's not Cyber Tuesday. It's not Black Tuesday.
Actually, today is Be Nice to People Tuesday.
Oh, really?
Or no, it's Generous Tuesday or something.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's awesome.
I can do both.
Yeah.
Today is Giving Tuesday. So you're supposed to donate whatever money you have left after Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday, and just because there's no clever name, please still buy stuff today, Sunday.
But any money people have left, they still have to pay for their phone bill.
Right, I was going to say.
Their car payment.
Right, or they'll probably buy something else stupid. But
well, if you're a Kardashian, you get Nancy Kerrigan. Tie skate in your front yard.
That's how you do that,
if
right?
You're rich.
Yeah, I don't think Nancy Kerrigan needs the money.
Right.
You know, it was crazy. That have you seen that documentary House of Versailles? It's about that rich couple that were building the biggest house in the United States, and then they had to stop because the economy crashed. Mm-hmm. So they did a documentary, and this guy was literally the guy in Vegas that was selling condos and stuff and timeshares to people that couldn't qualify, but they were qualifying people.
Right.
So this whole documentary is about this super rich man whose like whole empire crashed.
Wow.
And so like they were building this house that is so big that they didn't even finish it, but it had 2 bowling alleys,
What?
2 salons in it.
What?
Like it was just so ridiculously over the top large that they never got to build it. So now it's just still unfinished, and it's like just
In Vegas?
no. It's in Florida. Their house is in Florida.
Okay.
So
Are they going to make it a hotel now?
I don't know, but
something I heard like
the
that.
crazy part was during this documentary, the husband was like losing it because he was realizing that everything's falling apart, and they already lived in a giant mansion. So he told the wife, "Hey, we're broke. You can't buy anything. You can't do anything." So she was like, "Well, I'm going to do my part, and I'm going to buy everybody Christmas presents at Target." So she went to Target, and she got left with 5 carts full of Christmas presents. And then went to the house and wrapped them all, and they were trying to do Christmas, and he was like hiding in his office, just mad.
Okay.
And like they had to fire all their staff, so there was dog poop everywhere, and she was trying to make dinner, and it was like terrible. So she brought him this plate of nachos, and she's like, "Here," and he was opening his Christmas presents, and it was like the Monopoly game from Target. So he was like, "What is this? Why did you buy all this stuff?" And she thought, "It's Christmas."
She's a shopaholic,
right?
Is she stupid? You're making her sound like she's
she was
a
the trophy wife.
Okay.
Who's no longer a trophy.
So she doesn't know her purpose?
No, they're going broke.
And she's having to pick up the dog poop herself, and she only has 1 maid left.
Oh.
And so that poor lady's
poor
like,
maid.
exactly. She's like, "Oh, Maria, there's poop over there, and we need to bring all the Christmas presents in."
Okay, they let people into their house to see that they have dog poop
It was a whole
everywhere?
documentary about the whole thing.
Really?
And she was just on Viceland with one of those guys going through the non-finished house.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But the only reason that made me think of it is rich people at Christmas who, don't know how good they have it.
No, for real. For real.
But what about the good people out there?
Yeah, what's good? What are we
There's a
supposed to
lot
do?
of good people out there. Like this guy, for instance. Well, we don't know who it is. But we do know that a Black Friday shopper spent about $11,000 on other people's layaway items.
Oh, yeah, you hear about this, like people that go, who has stuff on layaway, and then they pay it off, and they're like a mystery person.
How cool is that?
A guy named Charlie.
Just, trying to bring some happiness to people. That's really it. Bring back to the community. That brought so much happiness to me and my family.
I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate it, and thank God for you.
They come over and tell me that someone actually paid the layaway. Definitely an early Christmas, and I'm so thankful. I want to say thank you to the gentleman that came in and donated. It's like the best feeling. Thank you.
Was that him in the beginning of the class?
Yeah, that was him,
yeah.
Oh, okay, so I kind
It
of...
wasn't anonymous.
No. Right.
Sorry.
No, sometimes like I give like more props to the anonymous guy.
Yeah.
Not the
Well, I
guy's
don't think
like...
he said his last name or anything.
No, but I mean, he's clearly standing around for the TV
Yeah,
cameras.
Yeah, he did. He waited.
Okay,
You know what I
He
mean?
wait.
Right.
Charlie said that he was...
I didn't think of that.
He was planning to go shopping for his son's Christmas gifts and woke up feeling generous.
That's cool. Hey, if you have the ability to do it,
That's awesome.
more power to you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would probably opt to be like, I'm going to spread the wealth with the people that I personally know that might know somebody, or my family. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not mystery people, because those people could be jerks.
They could be, but it was at a Toys R Us.
Okay.
So you know that it's strictly all going
Toys.
to kids.
Right. But then
Which
like
is
that
cool.
could also be like maybe like some rich lady that's like, I'm going to put the toys on layaway and see if some person pays for it, idiot.
Okay, that's got to be a small,
I don't think
small
so.
percentage.
Right. Fine. He's a good guy.
Yeah, because
we'll stick around for the cameras.
Larry's not going to pay for anyone's layaway. You know that, right?
Well, I mean, not until we go through stuff. But I mean, I'd probably be more apt to pay for somebody's layaway if it was at the snowboard shop or in the liquor store.
And then what do you wait? You wait around for the TV cameras or those guys
Yeah,
to come
exactly.
in there?
They're like Zach and Chad and Connor are like, oh, thank Larry. It's awesome. Our parents are rich, but we spend our money on meth.
Thanks, Larry.
Thanks, Larry. We're going to get you. And they're all, this reporter saw Larry get tackled in the parking lot by these funny fellows.
Yeah,
Right, and then you
get
guys just
you.
giggled?
Right.
Is that what you were doing?
Back to Larry's eggnog.
Did you wait for the cameras for that, too?
Well, I had my own cameras. So.
Yeah.
Of course you
Selfie
did.
I was
time.
wearing
You
a
need to keep memories.
GoPro. Hey, what's up,
Hey,
guys?
it's Zach and Connor.
Larry got me new bindings. Sweet.
Because we need more good news, because maybe it'll make people feel more generous today.
Okay.
So there's a story of a dad that was hanging up his Christmas lights,
Okay.
and his 8-year-old son was holding the ladder.
Oh.
That's not who you want to hold your ladder.
Right, because he's like, what do you mean I can't get that thing I wanted?
So so he fell off the ladder.
The dad did.
Totally, yes. He totally broke his ankle, broke his leg, needed 2 surgeries. And so once he went off in the ambulance, firefighters stuck around and continued to hang up his Christmas lights.
That was nice.
So the house has the Christmas lights on.
And he's like, that's not how I was going
know,
to
right?
do it. It's all crooked.
Whose great idea was it to hang that there?
Yeah.
That looks horrible.
Well, I
And
got
you can't have an 8-year-old hold the ladder unless they're super fat.
Right.
and they're standing on the first one.
Totally,
so
Right,
it doesn't go
exactly.
anywhere.
We need a
Stay
big,
there,
husky
chubby.
8-year-old.
Yeah, right.
I got Sandra's response, the wife of the guy who fell.
Oh, okay.
So
It was too dangerous to be up there, and so he was coming back down. The ladder slid out from underneath him.
His ankle was making a left turn off of his leg.
He shattered his tibia, dislocated his ankle, trying to think of so many different things at once. You know, I got to get to the hospital. What do I need to bring? Where are my kids going to go?
And you
She's
just
all,
turn around
I'm
and
here, and there's
house.
all these hot firefighters.
Yeah.
My husband's at the hospital. Maybe I should help them.
She also had video.
Right. She's all, I broke my tibia, too. My activia.
It's actually here in Denver Metro.
Right.
That
In
happened.
Colorado.
I broke my second hymen.
yeah.
If that's even possible.
You wish, Sandra.
Seeing a broken leg is like the
Oh, it's the
nastiest
worst.
thing ever. Okay, here she goes.
The hospital. What do I need to bring? Where are my kids going to go?
And you just turn around and there's a house half decorated with lights that are just hanging off to the side. with
Like
the
her
ladder
husband's
still up.
foot.
And then one of my neighbors came over to me and said, "Oh my gosh, they're hanging the rest of your lights up."
It would have been almost a sin not to do it.
It was just such a sweet thing to see in that moment. Happy that, you know, the kids are going to have the lights up on the house this year.
She was so happy that they were smiling again.
She's like, and unlike my husband, the lights were well hung by the firefighters.
One of them had to take their shirt off.
Exactly. So I had to make.
It was an unusually hot day yesterday.
And then, of course, they showered and we had a meal.
Yeah.
After I took the kids.
I don't cook for
The
my own
grandmas.
husband,
Right.
but I had to cook for them. I mean, they hung the lights.
We had salmon. Chanted evening.
So we're
I
doing.
think that's cool.
We're doing our own little giving back. Is there any more good
No,
news?
no,
that's-
go
so
ahead.
we're doing
We
our
ran
own
out of
giving-
good news.
We ran out of good news, but we have our own good news. We're doing the Christmas wish here at Blazin' Hit Radio again.
Right. So if you know somebody that is not going to necessarily have the best Christmas, or maybe their kids aren't going to get toys, write a letter, 2 paragraphs or so, and send it to ChristmasWish@blazinhitradio.com.
Yep.
Blazin' Hit Radio coming up next in Trash and Bash. Katy Perry kicked a beach ball right into a fan's face. I mean, there's danger with all those props.
I know, and the gay guy was like, why?
Was that here? She was here the other night. Was that
She
here?
was here the other night. I don't think it was here.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh,
and it was a girl, Larry, not a
Okay,
guy.
fine. Well, she's got some balls.
Invasive, violating, and just disgusting.
It's Celebrity Trash and Bash.
With Larry, Kathie, and Wiggins.
It's really disappointing. They're just looking for the wrong photo.
Here's Kathy J.
The original Avengers, the original 4. Wait, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5.
Hulk, okay.
Hulk, Jeremy Renner.
Black Widow.
Yeah. They might be done after this next 4th movie.
I could see that, how they would be like, my back hurts.
Or they're holding out to get a great payday.
No.
No? Okay.
This is like one of the first times ever that Marvel Studios is actually saying, we're going to bring something you've never seen to a superhero film, a finale.
Oh, wow.
Because they're going to pass on the torch to the new Avengers. Because you can go on for 20 more years worth of Avengers stories.
So I know, but are they going to be, as in the new Avengers will be a whole new crew, and then, or these are like different characters?
Different characters.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, so it might be one of those things where, like, further down the road, X-Men Wolverine shows up. This will be the same kind of thing for Marvel.
Right.
Where, further down the road, oh, look, the Hulk happened to show up in this other person's storyline.
Well,
but they're not going to have their
Wolverine
own.
is Marvel.
Oh, sorry, but same thing.
I was just saying.
Right.
So, like, in other words, maybe they'll go back in time because they'll be all new players and they'll recast everybody or stuff like that.
Yeah, right. Or they would actually show up, but just a cameo.
Oh, okay. And then so you never know, too, because then they'll be like, this is Lady Thor. Because there's like a lady version of everybody.
There's a Lady Hulk.
There's a Lady Spider-Man. Yeah. So it's time to let the ladies in. Right.
So the Marvel Studios boss, Kevin Feige, said there's going to be 2 distinct periods. Everything before.
2 distinct periods. Now this is already getting weird. So you are bringing in Lady Hulk.
No.
She's all, now that's a distinct period.
Got that right.
She's all, you wouldn't like me when I'm PMS.
No, you wouldn't. Everyone stay away.
Right. And we're like, really? Her bra stays on even though it turned the size of a building, whatever.
I know. And didn't he give her like a pink bra in the comic book? Wasn't it something sad? Okay, so everything before Avengers 4 and then there's going to be everything after, meaning the new beginning after this Avengers 4.
Okay.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson says that she feels a lot of joy for the next generation, but it's a bittersweet feeling, but it's a positive one.
Cool.
Yeah, so they're out.
Which
is so sad because I don't think you'll ever recreate that chemistry or those awesome characters.
No, you won't because like they kind of tried to do it with the X-Men, and they had a whole new array of X-Men. Like younger Cyclops, younger this.
It didn't take off
it didn't
as well.
seem as
and
good.
Jennifer Lawrence was was Mystique.
Right.
Yeah.
Although she had to carry all those movies.
She really did.
Right.
And Beast. I liked Beast.
No, for sure.
Yeah. Paris Hilton wants everybody to know.
I'm still around, bitches.
She's still around, but
I have big feet.
Give her credit for starting the genre of celebrity.
Oh, I thought you were going to say sex tapes.
Yeah, well, that started it.
Yeah.
It
I remember seeing that in high school, or not high school. It was like, yeah, exactly. And I saw that, and you were like, oh, well, this is all green, and it's night vision. This is stupid.
Right. But she became famous, got the Simple Life show off of that.
Right.
And then she was like kind of the first reality star.
Kind of.
That everybody fell in love with. Remember when she was hanging out with Lindsay Lohan and Britney Spears? I mean, they were doing the thing.
Right. She was the it girl for a minute, and now she's just, trash.
Now she's like, nobody even wants to hear her name.
Right. And
Which
it's
I can't wait for that day to come for Kim Kardashian.
Well, it's funny, too, because Kim Kardashian used to be her assistant.
Yes.
And then she had to see Kim not only become a bigger star, but continue to outpace her as far as money earned.
There you go. In regards to that, Paris Hilton said in the new Ocean Drive's December issue, Ocean Drive.
She's all, people want to buy my stinky perfume too.
She said, I'm very proud I started a whole new way for young people, young entrepreneurs, and people with dreams to make a living and a very lucrative business off of it. And then she admits, being a businesswoman, I would have loved to be the one that capitalized on it.
Right.
Referring to the fact that she's the one that introduced the world to Kim Kardashian back in 2006 when Kim was just a sidekick with a mustache and a closet organizer for Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton had a sex tape. Kim Kardashian followed up with her sex tape, and it all took off from there.
Right. It was like her sex tape went a little farther Kim's did because it was with another famous person's brother.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Well,
so nobody knew who he was at the time. But, you know what I mean? Because they're like, that's Brandy's brother.
Right. But didn't he have one hit out by then?
I don't know.
I thought he did.
I don't know. But everybody was just like, oh, okay, they made the connection. Therefore, that made the story go a little further.
And that tape was not black and white. Or it wasn't night vision.
No. It was black and white.
Right,
she's white and he's black.
And it got really up close and personal on Kim.
Right. And then the famous thing that Paris Hilton did was when she got wasabi in her sushi.
What?
When she got wasabi in her sushi. was the first time she went, that's hot. Thus, the saying.
The saying. Right,
that's hot.
Right, that's hot. Yeah.
It's like touching, it's like peeling chili and then touching your junk. You go, You've never done that?
No, but there's been times where you peel an onion or something, and then you make the mistake.
Right.
Yeah, Is that what you're talking?
Yeah, but it's terrible because you only do it once. But at one point, the chili, even after you wash your hands, can be lingering.
So hot.
And then you scratch your nads.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Well, speaking of balls, let's watch Katy Perry kick one into a fan's face.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I saw this just a second ago.
Boom.
So it's in Salt Lake City, and Katie's up there doing her concert. She was just here in Denver, 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
So a fan named Jordan Hanks, she was up close filming with her phone. One of the balls goes right into her face. Makes for a great video because everybody around her, Jordan said, kept asking me, are you okay? And she kept laughing, right? And then her phone died. So she didn't get to see the video.
Oh, that's funny.
That she was recording while Katie hit her in the face. Once she got home, she watched it and uploaded it.
We've all been hit in the face by balls.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I have not.
Like dodgeball, basketball. You never took a basketball accidentally to the face.
I was thinking it was the Larry balls.
Right. Well, no, it was. And
I wasn't thinking it was Larry's balls. I was thinking it was Larry's type
I want
of
to
ball.
see the video one more time.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. It was dead on, too. And the ball looked heavy.
Oh, she's right in the front row.
Right.
What is Katie wearing?
Like a Marvel hero outfit.
It's like she's duct taped up like Fifth Element.
It's an eyeball.
Boom.
And it's funny because the eyeball part of the ball came right at her.
I know.
That's awesome.
I'm not one of those people that's like, I slipped and now I'm going to sue. Mm-hmm. But my neck might hurt after that.
Right. Did you feel the force when it hit my phone?
I might need a VIP to meet Katy Perry or something like that.
Some sort of autographed something or other.
We'll throw it up on our Facebook page, Larry and Kathie J Facebook page, and on BlazinHitRadio.com.
For the record, I think that outfit would have looked better with heels.
No.
Right.
No?
Larry,
No.
poor Kathie, you're such a stickler for the heels. You hate flats.
You're Katy Perry, and it's like,
Yeah, and you're up there performing and running around and dancing around with balls.
I don't know what she does is necessarily dancing.
Okay.
And if Beyonce can do a whole concert for 3 hours in heels,
no one.
Everybody else can do it. Hey,
It's
Taylor
Beyonce.
Swift's dancers are men, and they're wearing heels.
You know what? I can't explain that one.
So the thing is with the Aqib Talib, he got suspended for 2 games, and it's going to cost him $1.5 million.
Ridiculous.
So
he made that much and was acting like that.
Right.
I'm sorry. At some point, you got to get it together.
Right, for that much money,
you can't be being like that.
Well, he was defending somebody that punched somebody else in the stomach.
Crabtree, Chris Harris.
Right. So in other words,
but again, let Chris Harris fight his battle.
I know, but I mean,
he had a prior issue with Crabtree.
Exactly.
So he used it as he was just waiting
the catalyst.
for it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and the thing is, maybe that guy who got punched should kick in a few bucks.
Oh, Harris?
Right.
He could.
Right.
But why should he? I think he just needs to be like, solidarity for you, bruh.
You could have just played the intro to Larry LeBron Sports.
It was all right. I was like, because I didn't know you guys were doing that. I'm sorry.
Are we doing Larry LeBron on Sports? Because I have something I want to talk to you about.
That's fine.
Okay. I keep going with Aqib, wherever you were heading.
Well, okay, so, no, I was just bringing up the fact that you're going to lose like that much money over nothing. It's like that chain is going to not be worth it. The ego, the fight,
I was
the whole
going to say,
thing.
sometimes it all goes down to the ego.
Right.
To the fact that some people can't focus on, this is more important.
Right.
A game where we're not a good team. I'm a team captain, and your ego is, I'm going to get that chain.
Well, and then it's like,
what drives you? I mean, I know it's the disrespect of snatching somebody's chain, and that's, you make him feel less or something, but it's like, Crabtree's got a lot of money. He can go get his own.
Right, he's all,
chain.
my jewelry's insured.
Right. I like what you said yesterday. I wear fake jewelry when I'm around.
Right, he's all, because of that first incident, now I wear costumes.
Every time I'm around.
Right, and
Aqib,
it's real like women's costume jewelry, big beads.
Totally,
it's like a big, lovely
big
cross.
Old pearls.
Right. Or something you find at a craft fair.
Take it. I dare you. Take it.
I got a tracker on it. Well, and then the thing is, like, it's going to be like 2 weeks back to back where it's like, hey, everybody, got your paychecks. Here's yours.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
And then he goes to everybody else. And then his wife's like, hey, can you pick up some milk from the store? And he's all, I'm broke.
Really?
Right. And so
you make $1 million every 2 games and you're broke.
What if this is like to like our paychecks? Let's just say it was $100 to us, but it kind of bothered us. We got 2 weeks off from work. We know we're not going to make it to the playoffs. Like, are you really? Do you really care? And you got to have your revenge that you wanted to have. So if it's for us, it's a lot of money, but for them, maybe not.
Right. So in other words, Wiggins is saying, think of the person that you hate the most, your worst enemy, and would you sacrifice $100 to rip their chain off and make them freak out?
$100, yes. 2 paychecks, no.
Right. No. Let's just say a paycheck.
Let's say a paycheck. No, I'm not.
So you don't hate anybody enough to skip a paycheck?
Well, I'd have to talk to my husband to see if we could afford it, because there is somebody I'd love to punch.
Yeah.
Right.
I think she's looking at me. She's looking at me.
Yeah, right.
My thing is, it's like, I'm not allowed to do what I want to do to the person I want to do it to, because Secret Service is going to stop me.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I wouldn't even get to his chain.
You're not even getting past that gate.
You know what I want to do is grab that long tie of his and just clip it off and hang it on the wall of the Trail Dust Steakhouse for a free cocktail.
That stupid restaurant. Hey, you can't wear ties in here.
Honk, honk. More cowbell. Ding, ding, ding. We'll be on the slide.
Yep.
Hashtag Trail Dust Steakhouse.
Is there somebody that you would want, Wiggins, that you would totally sacrifice a paycheck? I shouldn't even have asked.
He's got a list.
It's like, how many paychecks can I sacrifice? Because I got a list.
He's like, Kayla, we're going to live at Larry's for 6 months. I got my revenge, though.
But I'm going to be happy. The happiest you've ever seen me, Kayla.
As soon as we refinance the house, game on.
Right, you have a window, for sure.
What did you have?
Well, speaking of salaries, so you know the Houston Astros, they won the championship, right?
Okay.
The
World Series, yep.
And so
I knew that.
Oh, okay. Well, then you obviously know what their bonus checks are.
Well, I mean,
Larry Ulibarri on sports.
I don't know everybody's bonus check, just the guy that I'm seeing. So,
okay.
Wait, what?
What? You wish.
You're seeing the Houston Astros.
I'm all about the Astros.
He's seeing them on TV, is what he's seeing them. So the team gets to split a pool of $30 million as a bonus.
Like evenly?
Each player gets $438,900. It's a big deal. Sometimes some of the players, it's doubling their salary. Here's your check for $438,000.
Well, and if it's doubling your salary, you don't even deserve it because you never got off the bench. This should only go to people who score actual points.
No, everybody gets it. Everybody gets a Super Bowl ring. Everybody gets to split the World Series bonus.
That's like when you're a kick-ass server and you have to split your tips with a terrible busboy.
Oh, that does suck.
Yeah,
that does suck when you have to split your tips,
right.
and then they
right,
won't help
and
me.
nobody kicks ass like you.
The minimum salary for the Astros is $535,000. So, and there's a lot of players that are on minimum contracts. So this is a big thing for all.
It's good. And then before everybody gets super excited, that is taxed as a bonus. That was money you did not expect, so it's taxed at a higher rate. So where everybody thinks they're getting $400,000.
Oh, yeah,
you're probably getting like $220.
Okay, I'll take $220.
I know. I'm just saying, let's not spend the $4 something.
Oh no, some of those wives have already spent the $4 something.
She's all, I bought my mom a house too, like you did.
Right.
He's all, what? Excuse me?
My mom. She's very important. The kids love her.
Right. She can live in the tough shed. What?
How dare you? Okay, so we have some funny stuff on the text line we have to address.
It's a YOLO Rum text line, 303-728-3420.
Okay, so let's go back to a while ago when we were talking about the Navajo code talkers.
About what Trump said in front of them about Elizabeth Warren being Pocahontas.
The most outrageous. Here, I have the comment because you have to hear it because it's so.
It's the way he talks.
It's just you have these war heroes in front of you, and you make it about you and a dig on someone else instead of celebrating the fact that these people laid their life down and helped us win a war.
World War II. We would have won it without them. And so this is their moment, and he wants to take a jab.
Nicolas Cage was in a movie about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there was it. Hold on. Stand by.
I just want to thank you because you're very, very special people. You were here long before any of us were here, although we have a representative in Congress who they say was here a long time ago. They call her Pocahontas. But you know what? I like you because you are special.
You know, if you saw during the campaign when he was like at a rally and he was trying to say that he had like a black friend.
Yeah.
And he goes, I was talking to my black friend, and he goes, there he is. And he pointed at the guy in the audience, and he goes, there's my African American. There's my African American.
Yeah.
He's all, hey, African American.
So you're saying that he's inappropriate and we all just need to accept it?
Well, I'm just saying, like, he's very awkward around race-related things.
No, totally. Right. So.
I think the show does a good job at not getting political. You know what I mean? I think
Our show?
Yeah, our show. Like, we touch upon it, but when you hear him, everyone, Republican or Democrat, Independent, you have to hear that and be like, come on, man, that's
right, like ouch.
Right, and I think we get political to the level that we need to because there's shows that the ratings are based on getting political. Colbert and all the nighttime guys are all on it because everybody likes to laugh. So I would imagine Colbert even has some people that like Trump that watch him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, because he's got like 20 writers and they're awesome.
And they're hilarious.
Yeah, he writes awesome stuff. So this is on the text line. Thank you. I'm so glad my grandfather, a Navajo code talker, passed up on going to meet Donald Trump. If he is going to be disrespectful to my people, to our history, then there is no need for us to praise him as a president. Meaning, because we were wondering why the Navajo code talkers, their statement was, we don't want any part of this.
We don't want to get involved.
Right.
And it's like, you're in the middle?
She's saying there's no need for us to even deal with it as a president, if he can't even respect us as a people.
Right. We were hoping that there was the Navajo Ish-talkers.
Yes.
That would rally.
Ish-talkers,
right, because that's the younger generation that has to get to the older generation to go, not cool.
Right.
We're not going to bow out now. We're going to double down.
All right. Are you kidding me?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that would have been great. Yeah, we were here first.
Right.
Get off our land.
Yeah.
Give us some of that real estate you've made an empire out of.
Right. Orange man, evil.
This one says, oh my God, I'm with Larry. Let's go cut off his tie.
And put it at the Trail Dutch Steakhouse and get a free drink for daddy.
And then they said, there's a person at work I'd love to throat punch. I would be okay with being fined $100 or more for it.
No, it's a paycheck. We've said it was a paycheck.
Why? Yeah, you got to go paycheck.
You got to sacrifice.
He
sacrificed
on the line right
two.
now is a paycheck.
So we should say two because that's what he's sacrificing.
Right.
So do you really hate anybody enough to sacrifice that two paychecks?
Why does this person speak or even try to speak with me? Oh, they're still going on about the person they want to punch in the throat.
A little anger there.
Oh, the reason why is because when this person lost their dog a long time ago, this other person said, it's just a dog. You have to get over it.
After 3 days.
Whoa.
After 3 days. So I replied with complete hate in my voice. When you pass away, I'm going to tell your son, it's just your mom. Get over it. I really don't like her.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's worth the two paychecks. I didn't know it was about a dog.
303-728-3420. Trump is awkward around everyone. He's a rich person. He's always been a rich person. He hasn't even been around real people his whole life.
Right, for
I
sure.
know, but some of the people with the worst incomes are the ones that voted for him and love him. That's what's so crazy to me.
My favorite thing is that Tiffany Trump doesn't get anywhere near the love that Ivanka gets.
No, Ivanka gets to sit on his lap.
She gets to take Lamborghini pictures, and
Right.
Daddy loves her.
You're right. Tiffany, handshake.
Right? Fist bump.
And you know what I was thinking about the other day? Like, Tiffany's mom is the hottest out of all three of the ladies.
Right.
Marla Maples.
But the baby got too Trumpish. See what happens when the face gets too Trumpish? It ruins the baby.
Yeah.
And then you grow up to be, yeah. So Ivanka, her mom,
Ivana.
balanced
Right? Is that her
out
name?
the Trump.
Ivana.
Yeah, she
Ivana
had enough
Trump.
genes to pull away from the Trump look, and that's why Ivana looks like her mom, and she's hot.
Right.
Right, because her mom at one point was hot.
Even
but
Donald
now
Trump-
she's the Grim Reaper.
Even Donald Trump thinks his daughter is hot.
Oh, no, it's so awkward.
Right. You know what, though? I would say Melania is
The
hotter than Marla Maples.
Right, for sure, just
Right.
because she's super younger and was ordered in a catalog.
And right.
Right.
And her son Barron, he looks like her.
Mhm.
He's good looking.
My friend Karen, she's like, I don't get involved in politics, but I just have to tell you that little kid is gay. She's like, I have the best gaydar in the whole world, and that little Baron guy is gay. And I was like, really?
Wait a minute. Wait. Karen does not have the best gaydar. Wasn't she going out with guys that you were like, he's gay?
No, she just likes dating gay guys.
Oh, okay.
That's her thing. In fact, it was like, I've known her so long that like, I was like at my first surprise birthday party that I've ever had, like an actual in public birthday party.
Oh, okay.
And she walked by and she knew my cousin Tina. And so she was like, and she lived right by where this party was happening. It was actually the first place that I met you.
Oh,
was in Arvada,
Hofbrau.
Hofbrau. And so we're on the balcony and we're partying, and she walks by and she's like, "Oh, what a great party!" And my cousin Tina's like, "Oh, this is Karen. Karen, this is Larry." And she's like, "Oh, hi, you're awesome." And then she walked to her house.
That's literally how Karen talks.
She walked to her house. She got a framed picture of a hot guy that she just had, and wrapped it and brought it to me. And I opened it. And I was like, "Who's this?" She's like, "Just some hot guy in a frame." And I was like, "Thanks." And so I've been friends with her ever since.
And that's became your weird, fun relationship.
Exactly. And she knew I was gay. And there was a time where she was like trying to kiss on me and like, let's cuddle. And I was like, oh.
No.
I'm not that kind of gay.
I'm not that kind of gay.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And then she proceeded to hit on every guy friend I've ever had since. So my straight friends or my gay friends, she fell in love when I met Chris. She was like, "Oh, he's gorgeous." So she's always been in love with Chris. She's in love with my cousins. She's like, "I'm going to marry into this family somehow." She was in love with Aldo. I love Aldo. Yeah, so she loves every guy that's
she
surrounding
loves them,
me.
but not loves them.
No, she thought that she could switch a couple.
But I will say this. I think she's now just officially part of the family. She didn't have to marry in.
So much so that when I was over there this weekend with her and my mom, they gang up on me. I was like, at one point, I was like, "I'm pretty sure this is my mom, and we're supposed to be against you." And she's like, "I spent more time with your mother." And I was like, "Oh." It's a post shopping day. Like, everybody's done. Everybody's poor now because they bought all their Cyber Monday or
right. So today's
Black
your
Friday.
Give to people day.
Okay, what do you want me to give?
Left?
Right, like donation day?
Leftovers.
You said those only last 4 days, so those were way past due.
Yeah, leftovers are done, everybody.
303-728-3420. You can call us just using the app menu in your phone, or you can text us. This text says, it's funny listening to you guys talk about superheroes. Lady Hulk, her name is She-Hulk.
Duh, Larry.
Lady Thor, more like Jane Foster.
Duh, Wiggins.
I still love you guys, and I'm so happy you guys are back.
What about Lady Spider-Man?
Spider-Woman.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even think it was that. It was like, that was Black Cat or something.
No, her name's Lady Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, there was like Black Cat or something.
So is there a Cat Man? Since there's a cat woman, is there a cat man?
No, probably not.
Yeah, the black guy. What is he, Panther?
Yeah, but Panther is totally different. And I can't wait for that movie to come out.
I know, but he should date Halle Berry as Catwoman.
So Black Panther has to go and date Catwoman?
Yes. So
what if Black Panther wants a little vanilla in his life? What if Black Panther wants to, see what's going on with, I don't know,
beautiful
Wonder
booby
Woman.
girl?
Right.
Oh, I thought you meant you.
Well, definitely me. I mean, come on, please.
This text says, if I had to sacrifice a paycheck, let me stomp them down.
Right.
LMAO.
Yeah, I don't know. We were talking about the fact that Aqib Talib sacrificed got spent 2 games, sacrifices 2 paychecks.
For something so stupid.
Right, for $1.5 million.
For an ego.
Like, I just saw the show that Chris and I watch all the time. It's called Hawaiian Life. And some couple just bought an amazing house for 1.5. So you just wasted your anger on a house you could have owned in Hawaii.
Okay, that is sad when you put it in that kind of perspective. But
it was a great house.
Okay, really? I thought like for $1 million you'd get a shack out there.
No, you get it's a beautiful house, but it's not on the beach.
Okay.
Like, for your house to be beautiful and on the beach, you're like probably starting at $10 million.
Oh, okay.
So you can own a 1 point something that has beautiful views, and maybe you can see the oceans in the distance.
Oh, okay. Right. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Right. That's
well,
fine.
you're gonna have to miss 2 games.
Or a lot more than that.
Right.
But yeah, I just don't think I could, as much as I'd like to punch somebody in the throat,
right.
I couldn't sacrifice 2
I don't want to get violent. I just want to take that chain off you and then run. And then run away. Like,
well, then that's weak, Wiggins. You got to commit.
If you're sacrificing
money,
2 paychecks, you may as well throw a punch.
Yeah, exactly. Commit to it.
Right. Well, and you saw that fight on the field. It was like one guy was trying to punch another guy who was wearing a helmet. I don't know if that was going to work out good.
Ow.
Well, that's what that was. AJ Green did that. He went hood on that guy.
Yeah.
Started putting him in chokehold and then swinging in the back of him. I'm like, you're gonna break your hand, and that guy's not even gonna feel it.
No.
Like that guy runs that helmet going like 20 miles per hour. Your fist isn't gonna do anything.
Well, and we used to be so classy. Now we're just as low as the Raiders. And then the Raiders are walking around like they won the Super Bowl. That's how much we beat your ass.
Yeah.
It's because you were so excited to finally beat us.
Yeah.
Woo, it wasn't anything.
Wow, you've been reading everything on Facebook, haven't you?
Remember,
I stayed away from it.
That one Raider fan that you guys knew for 10 years.
Yes.
would come in so mad.
Oh my God, it
so
would ruin his
mad
day.
if the Raiders lost.
And we couldn't gloat too much,
even though we
wanted to.
Oh no, remember there was a huge loss that he was really mad about, and he literally just kind of like, wow, I thought you were more of a good sportsman.
Yeah,
right. No, he was
right. He's mad.
I think it was everything was going wrong.
Right.
This person
that
says
was like the icing on the cake.
I'm willing to miss 2 paychecks over that jerk.
Yeah, totally. I would see.
Yeah,
some people are willing to miss paychecks over jerks.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot of jerks out there.
In the news,
stop being a jerk. We're all trying to survive, everybody.
That news of the coffee shops basically being some jerks.
Okay, explain this to me.
Okay, so Ink Coffee, they put out what they thought was funny. It was a billboard in front of their store, and it said, "Happily gentrifying the neighborhood for since 2011 or something like that."
Oh, God.
So basically, what it boiled down to is there's 2 definitions of gentrification if you look them up.
Right.
And one is making new an old neighborhood, or making something great out of whatever.
Okay.
And then the other definition is losing your land because of the rich white people.
Right.
And it's like them tearing down your grandma's house because they want to build a Starbucks.
Right.
So it's really kind of where you're coming from. So the coffee people were thought, hey, this is funny.
Right.
And they put it up, and then people didn't think that was funny, especially in that neighborhood. So then they graffitied white people coffee.
Oh no. On the
building.
Oh, damn.
And then they've been protesting there ever since.
Wow.
The people that aren't down for gentrification.
And so the coffee shop was closed yesterday, I believe. Like, they stayed closed.
They should. They're off of 29th and Larimer.
Right. The thing is, there is a small, tiny neighborhood in Capitol Hill where a bunch of trans people are taking over the whole neighborhood.
Okay.
And they're moving everybody that's not trans out.
What?
Yeah, they're called trans gentrification.
Oh, Larry.
All right.
Wow, that was a really weak rim shot.
That really was.
Provided by him. Don't
Yeah.
get mad
that
at
was
me.
your sound effect?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be
Then
louder.
you only have yourself to blame.
Yeah, exactly.
Trans
Right.
gentrification. Now we're going to have a bunch of trans protesting out here.
Here's the thing: it was wrong for them to say that. You don't put it out there like that. Like
Not when
we've joked about things like well, when the gays move in, your home value goes up because everything gets better, and all of a sudden you have cute coffee shops.
Well, yeah, and then where do you draw the line? Because honestly, like if we're going OG, why did you get rid of the poorer houses that existed before that? Like the sheds
Totally.
and the things like that. So I think part of it is like progress happens, and a bunch of people moved here, and it's just kind of like you can't stop it,
right?
And clearly it's not nice for everybody. You know what I mean? Because some people are like having to be like, well, I used to be able to afford to live in Denver. Now I live at 172nd.
Right. And even then,
Yeah,
it's
leave me out of this.
expensive.
Right.
But it does suck. And, like, we're all old school here. Like,
Natives.
I've been here since I was 4. You and Wiggins are natives.
Yeah. We were born here.
So we know, like it's, the new names of Rhino and Lohi and Highlands and all that. It was the North Side and Curtis Park and 5 Points.
Right.
Like,
and Club Bash.
And don't forget Club Bash in
You're right.
Lodo.
You're right,
with Kathy
because
J every Saturday night.
The protesters, that's one of the other things they're saying. They said out loud, we want to keep calling these neighborhoods what they're called, not rename them and redo them.
See,
and how do you stop progress? Because it's like you go to some cities, if like you visit Chicago or San Diego, and they have like kind of similar areas. Like they have their whole Lodos like probably twice as big as ours or whatever, and so it's like. When you visit a city, you're like, oh, I'm going to go to the nice areas.
Right. And so there's that.
Right, so where do you stop
money
it?
Money comes into the neighborhood, and you can't hate on it, but you still want to get some respect for the fact that you're the OG in that neighborhood.
For the longest time, when I left Westminster, and
it's not Westminster, everybody. There's no I in there. It's Westminster.
When I left Westminster for a better life. In Denver.
Leaving the golf course off of 92nd and
Sheridan.
Sheridan, I hate you.
98th.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, so leaving that to come down to Denver, so, it's like if you want your neighborhood to go up in value.
Yes, you do.
Right, so it's like it's hard to now, what side of it are you on? You don't want to stop progress, but then you're like feel bad that the people that used to live there can't live there because now somebody wants to sell their building.
Right. That sucks. But then you also have the other people that are like, my grandparents are making a killing off of their little shack that they had in the neighborhood.
And now they can afford a house at 140th.
Happy for that. Right. But there was one morning, because we're right here off of Zuni and Spear, like off of I-25 and Spear. We're right here on this corner. And there's like the new Italian place that went in parallel to I-25. Like it looks down on I-25.
Right.
And I called it Lohi one morning. I go right there in Lohi. It's right there. And somebody went crazy yelling at me saying that it was the north side. And it's like, okay, everybody, like I'm a Thornton kid, like old Thornton. Like I even get mad if people don't specify old or new Thornton.
Right.
So I get that, but I was like, okay, that to me was never the north side. This little area right here that overlooks I-25, the highway.
Right, that was downtownish.
Right. I've never, so I was like, maybe you're wrong too.
Well, when I went to the food drive at the Green Solution on 66th and Federal, I was driving around the area, and that's like my old school area because my junior high was over there and stuff like that.
Right.
So my Aunt Agnes had a house right over there. So I'm just driving, taking a drive. And I look, and there's like a bunch of Stapleton homes.
What?
In the area. So when I was growing up in Westminster, I was like, by the time I'm an adult, all these empty pieces of land will be homes and businesses. And then as I got older, I was like, there's still a bunch of vacant lots up here. I wonder what happened.
Right.
And now it's finally happening.
Right, where everything's getting filled in.
Everybody's getting pushed out. So if you couldn't afford your neighborhood that just got gentrified, now you're kind of going out to those other areas.
Right.
And it was crazy because my Aunt Agnes's house is still there. And it's still one of those little monopoly houses next to these beautiful homes.
Right, so people are going to buy that property.
And gentrify that neighborhood.
And rip it down.
Where does it stop?
Right.
Because if you've seen The Fifth Element or any sci-fi movie, in the future we all live on top of each other anyway.
We build up because that's the only space. You're right.
The old Thornton is kind of turned into what I remember of Northside Denver. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of because I'll go back and visit my mom, and I'm just like, we're just evolving to that point. And then I was thinking, well, in 20 years that means we'll be the Highlands. I was like, my mom's house will be worth tons.
You're like, don't move, stay here.
I think that too. My house in Old Thornton. I'm like, how much? Well, let's keep it going. And, I want that. I want to be able to make some money off of a house that I never thought I'd get anything back for.
I like the names too, the high low and the low high.
You do?
Well, I was starting to get used to them. I finally got which was which. Now everybody's mad about it. I guess it's just North Denver.
I don't think they're as mad as nobody wants to hear anybody talking like that.
Right, because you
punch them in the face.
Right, you have your grandma's house, your auntie's house, and then some giant, enormous boat that looks like a yacht or something, fabulous house. And then you go back to crappy house.
It is kind of weird. I was at one of those houses recently, and one of the ones that it was a small lot that had a small house. They tore down that house and built
it up sideways. So, they kind of go like square and sideways.
And straight up. So I'm in like 3 floors straight up,
Right. So where these houses, like some have elevators.
Right. So I'm on the top floor on their balcony. Coolest house ever. Okay.
Right.
Like to the fact where you're like, this is
living.
Like, right. And so I'm up there and stuff. And then you just start looking at the neighbor's yard.
You're all,
looking over there. Yeah. And it's the people that are my neighbors in Old Thornton. Don't come back here. There's stuff been stored back here for 50 years. We have 3 dead lawnmowers. We have, that's what you're looking at in this beautiful house.
I would say if your neighbor is getting gentrified, at least pick up your trash. Don't be that house with the rusted out car in the backyard.
Somebody's going to come and do it for you. Yeah. Don't worry about it. You just got to wait.
Try to blend in with the new people.
Yeah, please.
Speaking of Blazin' Hit Radio, you can call us now anytime, like the promo said, on the YOLO Rum line, 303-728-3420. We're talking about the gentrification, the Inc. coffee, and the situation they found themselves in after making light of it.
Yeah, you don't just put yourself out there and be like, hey, you can thank us white people for coming in your dirty neighborhood. You don't say that.
I know. You could just be a business and just be quiet about it.
Right.
You know
just
what I mean?
Be like, we're happy to be part of the community.
Apparently people think it's white people coffee.
The graffiti is covered up, but this coffee shop remains in hot water.
It's pretty offensive that, they'd make a joke out of it, and I don't know if somebody even bothered to look up what the word meant before they started making the sign.
Well, I wonder if she talks about the two definitions of the word. There's one that's like positive and it's for industry and it's good for neighborhoods.
Right.
And then there's one definition that's like, that's not cool.
It's not cool.
You're going to bump grandma out of the neighborhood.
The problem is, it's a blessing and a curse because we grew up here in Denver.
And we want to see nice things. It's nice to go to big cities and go, man, it's so cool there. And they had all this stuff.
Totally. And I love, I remember a time when we would we would come down on a field trip and you'd get off at Spear and it wasn't an attractive exit. Going into downtown, because you'd be going to the Capitol and you'd be like, God, it's horrible down here.
There's bums everywhere.
But there was some gentrification, or is it gentrification or just
progress?
Progress.
Yeah, that's the argument. That's the argument.
Exactly.
It read, happily gentrifying the neighborhood since 2014. Gentrification is defined as the process of rebuilding an area because of the influx of middle-class or affluent people into that deteriorating neighborhood, and it displaces poorer people. In 5 points, gentrification is already a hot-button issue. The Denver City Council president says this sign that Ink Coffee posted pushed a community to its boiling point.
Folks of color feeling like their community has changed and they no longer are welcome in this community. And so it is a huge backlash.
Elvis Brooks posted this on Facebook and offered suggestions for Ink to make amends with the community.
There needs to be some cultural competency training for his staff.
Okay, so I would say the way to make it up to everybody is if you're Hispanic or black, you get free coffee for a year.
Okay, now
black coffee.
Right. Well,
I'm not going with that.
I know, but I'm just saying, because they want them to make amends, and probably just because of the controversy anyway, people are probably avoiding that coffee shop.
Oh no, absolutely. I don't know if they'll stay in business.
No, the only people that are going there have tiki torches. Sir, we like your message, this coffee. We want it to be white coffee people.
Right.
White coffee people.
They don't like black coffee.
Right, exactly. Lots of cream. In fact, no coffee. Just cream.
Just cream, no coffee.
Yeah.
They need to be looking at folks from the neighborhood and hiring. They need to be investing into neighborhood opportunities.
We continue to contact the company. The owner has publicly apologized on social media, but hasn't responded to our request for an interview.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
The advertising company who created that campaign for the coffee shop did issue an apology, and they said, in hindsight, our campaign was callous, naive, and uninformed to the true character of the neighborhood and to those who have long called it home. They said that they are deeply and sincerely sorry. In 5 points, Emily Allen, Fox 31.
See, but she was smart enough to say in 5 points. She didn't say in Rhino.
In high-low.
Or low-high.
In
or
the
high-low.
low-high.
Or whatever the hell. So that was really smart of her.
Well, she should have started her all newscast off by going, well, I'm here to make 5 points. And here's all 5 of them. And then she only has 3. So, calling from 3 points, live. Hey, it's Caitlyn Jenner for transgentrification.
See, I don't think you can talk like that,
Yes,
Larry.
I can.
Can you?
Why?
Because, Caitlyn.
Because I moved into a very nice neighborhood.
You did. You actually moved into
the top of the mountain.
Right. I was going to say, there's no neighborhood. You just chose the top of a mountain and built a house up there.
And you know why?
Very lonely.
You know why?
Why?
Because it's time for me to date a black guy and make tons of noise while I get rammed. Just like I've had to hear Kim make and Chris and
Chloe,
Kylie
Courtney,
and Chloe and
all of them. Yeah, right.
All
so
of them.
You wanted to.
I want to know what that's like, and my JJ's rather new.
Well, I'm sure by now you've had it. I mean, the press hasn't really been following you. I'm sure there's some guy that was willing to go there.
Oh yeah, I meet him all the time on Grindr, and I say, "Well, get your mountain climbing gear,
right?
Because I'm straight up a mountain."
Or did Caitlyn say that she was wanting a girl?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember.
No. I think initially Caitlyn was like that she was thinking about men.
Out there. Okay,
right.
Okay.
So I think, but later on in interviews, she was like, I figured that would be the thing that would make me most feel like a woman.
Okay.
Just getting rammed by a black guy.
All right.
Hey,
all right.
Well,
it used to make me feel like a woman, I'll tell you that much.
It used to have you walk like a limp, like a gimp.
But I love my husband. Yeah. I'm happy with my husband.
I'm glad you followed it up with that.
She has to.
We should have
that. We should have that just in a thing that Wiggins.
I love my husband.
Right. The views of Kathie don't represent the new Kathie.
Yeah.
The new Kathie likes white guys. The old Kathie Kathie, didn't you?
Right. Hey, when a good guy comes along, it doesn't matter what color he is.
You're right.
You know, you just
Except
are like,
orange.
Well, yeah.
Except
I can't do orange.
Yeah.
We were talking about the gentrification. That's
Well, I wanted to
happening.
give an update on the app for everyone out there
bad.
because
Let's do that.
That's okay. Go, Wiggins, you little stud.
Yeah, because the Android.
Caitlin, you can go at any time.
Oh, no, I'm hanging out.
No.
I'm looking at that Wiggins guy. He's pretty hot.
What about if Walken comes out? You're looking at me. Yeah, Wiggin Walken. Anyway, so the new app.
The wig is walking.
The wig walking. The app is out. So if you've been having problems with the new app,
no, you have to say it in Christopher Walken.
Okay.
No, don't.
No,
just say it in real time.
Okay, the app is out now for Android, but there have been problems, and I understand this. It's going to get fixed. Anyway, so
you've been saying that for a long time.
Yeah. So now here's what's happened. Here's what's happened. And I hate things that are out of my control. Things that are out of my control drive me nuts. And so this is one of them. So this app has been updated, and a lot of people have got the new interface. Yay. Everything's working. Some of them have been having the crashes on them. So I want the listeners to know I'm battling for them with this app company.
Wiggins has thrown like 4 things this morning.
Here's the funniest part.
And it was all because of people saying it's not working. So I get it.
The funniest part is when you're dealing with these app people, they're all tech guys.
Yeah.
And they're all very short. They talk in bold
They have
lettering.
no social
capital
skills.
letters.
They're jerks.
They have
And
no social skills.
Right. And they won't admit when they're wrong. You know what I mean? When it was their bad.
We've dealt with engineers and tech guys our whole career.
Right. So it's
and
funny.
they're a different breed. They don't like to be around people. They don't smile a lot.
Yeah.
Right. So these people have been going back and forth with Wig, and he's been like, yo, this is still an issue on this, and this. And they're like, oh, I'm going to answer in bold and say, shut up.
No, they can't. They say it back in all caps. So listeners, you guys, I love you guys. Send in a text. Hey, this is what's going on. Here's a screenshot.
Yep.
Here's what's happening.
It helps Wiggins. He takes that screenshot and sends it to them.
And I give them the TuneIn app. I say, hey, here's a temporary solution until it's fixed. Here you go.
Right.
We resolve it. But then I'll send the screenshot to the app people, and they'll be like, we are working on it. And I'm like, hey, you know what? You asked me to give you an update when something was going on. So I'm telling you, it's the Samsung,
and
it's the Moto X.
Job.
This is what we're paying you to do. Yes.
Right, and they're all mad because they live in their parents' basement.
Yeah,
but some of them are nice. You just have to get in on that side, and they'll help you. But
yeah, the actual
for the most part, it's nice.
So it's coming. But the new feature within there, you can just hit the menu bar and you can give us a shout out. And we actually have some shout outs that were sent to us yesterday actually.
It's a good way to just leave a comment and not have to wait on hold or have to interact with us.
Why wouldn't you want to interact with us?
I don't
we love
time.
talking to everybody.
Good morning, Larry, Kathie, and Wiggins. What's going on this morning? Just want to give you guys a quick shout out. Love hearing you every morning. This morning sounded like I was in DIA for a quick minute. Hope you guys get that spot.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guy.
Yeah, we forgot to do Northsider guy on the DIA.
Oh, we did. Well, we're gonna make that tape this afternoon. Right?
Yeah.
We're gonna.
We have to get that audio in.
We do.
So.
Hey, this is Jeanette from Colorado Springs, and I'm a longtime fan. I've listened to you guys for years. I'm so glad you came back this summer.
Yay.
Very, very lost without you. And my 4-year-old is into mocking right now, and it always reminds me of the Mocking Kathie J skit. You guys are awesome. Bye.
I love when kids pick up mocking. It's just so funny.
I don't ever. If you teach it to Avery, you will die. I'm serious, Larry. I don't want you to do. Okay, if you teach her, I'm going to make sure that she does it to you. Shut up! Shut up!
The most anticipated film of the year.
I never wanted any of this. I never wanted to be in the games. I just wanted to save my sister and keep PETA alive.
Kathie J of Fox 31 says,
This is the movie where the revolution finally happens. They've been waiting for this District 13 to revolt against the Capitol.
Revolt against the Capitol.
Shut up!
Shut up!
And Katniss is trying to decide if she really loves PETA. Everyone hates PETA, but she's all
she
like,
loves
no,
all the guys. She like Bella.
No.
She like two guys at once.
Like Bella.
She's not like Bella.
She's not.
She's not.
Okay, she is a warrior.
She's a warrior.
Leader of a revolution.
Of a revolution.
Stupid girl Bella.
Stupid girl Bella.
Stop mocking me!
Stop mocking me!
The Hunger Games. Mocking Kathie J.
Man, nothing will make you more furious faster than Larry mocking you. I hate it. I can't stand it. Don't you think so, Wiggins? I hate it when he does it to you. Shut up! Larry! Stop it! What is it? 2 paychecks from punching somebody?
We were talking about the Ink Coffee Shop who put out the big thing on the poster that said, "Hey, happily gentrificating the
not
neighborhood."
Trans at all. Say it again.
Transgentrifying.
No, it's not trans.
Wait a minute.
Happily
gentrifying the neighborhood since 2011.
14. Right.
Oh, whatever.
Right, but there. Okay. There was no trans involved.
Right.
Okay.
That's a different topic.
It is, and we're not there.
Thank you, Wiggins.
Horrible rim shot.
You're telling me he gives a great rim shot when he's at my house.
Okay. Okay, so on the text line at 303-728-3420, I thought gentrification just meant to GDMF spruce blank up.
Oh, to like
to goddamn
spruce this mofo up.
Right. There you go. Thank you, Wiggins.
Right. And so again, there are 2 definitions if you look it up.
Yeah.
And one seems pretty. Hey, it's sprucing up a bad neighborhood,
like progress, like
right?
you were
Exactly.
saying.
We're moving forward, and the other one is like displacing poor people and ruining families.
This other one says, as a Denver native, I'm sad to say I've almost been driven out by the housing prices. Thank goodness I make little enough to qualify for affordable housing. I close on a condo next month, and I'll be cheaper than rent in a crappy apartment. And it'll be cheaper than rent in a crappy apartment. Absolutely. Congratulations.
You're buying a crappy apartment?
Why would you do
that? Sucks.
You got screwed.
Yeah.
Listen, they say the most affordable apartments are at 199th. So
Erie.
Good luck with that.
Up in Erie.
Seriously though?
You know what? I used to live in Erie. There was nothing past 120th. There didn't used to be Orchard Park there.
Right.
Nothing.
Now it's like crazy blowing up.
It's crazy.
My wife and I have been looking. I've been looking crazy on those apps, you know,
No
and
way.
then looked in Dacono. All the way up to Dacono's
that
far.
used to be the park. That used to be where the trailer parks were.
Yeah.
Like when I lived in Erie, you knew that Dacono had the good truck stop with the good mashed potatoes, but it also had a bunch of the trailer parks.
Houses are amazing.
What?
It's not called.
Wait, they're amazing in
amazing and like affordable.
It's not called Dacono anymore. It's called Dacone. Yes. So it's the rich people name.
It's happened.
Dacono. No.
Dacone. Yes.
Dacone. Yes.
That needs to be their slogan.
Right.
You say Dacono. We say Dacone.
You say Dacono.
Right.
I say Dacone. Yes.
Come move today.
Dacone, yes.
Right, and there's all these people going to their new Whole Foods up there. Well, there's a lady that's like selling apples by the side of the road because she's a Dacono original.
Hey yo.
Well, they're going to just move her out when they build their big theater up there.
Yeah.
They do have everything up there. Like once you go past a certain point, it's like a whole nother world you didn't even realize.
No, it's kind of crazy.
Right.
Yeah, they have everything you need. Is right
malls
there.
and restaurants. You're like, damn.
Right, they got it.
So these are all the people that had to leave Denver because it was so expensive. Now
Right.
they're discovering a whole new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
Hold your breath, it gets better.
This Michelle from the Bay says she's just had to deal with it there.
Michelle from San
Right,
Francisco.
from the Bay Area, yeah. But she says she has a idea for a song choice for you to do, Larry. We'll just do that off the air.
Gentrification.
Where are you going to go with this?
Transgentrification.
No.
They used to call me Lakewood.
No. What?
Now it's Highwood. Well, you can't stop progress.
No, right. And that's
and you
the
just
problem.
you
But
don't have to brag about it like the coffee people did.
That's exactly it. You don't want to brag. But I do remember there was a point when I was more down on my luck. You guys all remember that, Kathie J.
I liked that, Kathie J. She was humble, sweet,
still humble
and loving.
and sweet
No,
and
now
loving.
she's like a businesswoman who's a diva who comes in on a helicopter with her Starbucks and her assistant, a little black guy named Reggie.
I wish I had Reggie.
Okay.
And a helicopter. But but I remember a time where I was really upset because my mom didn't have a house. My dad didn't have a house, and we had been here for so long.
You're all, why don't we have a house?
Well, I was just like, it's not fair. Like, there should be some way to make it fair for all the people that have been here the longest.
It's
but
not
there's no way to do that.
But it's okay.
It's not okay.
You're gonna make it anyway. Pack your bags
Where am I going?
up and leave.
I'm going to Dacono.
Don't you worry about me. Yeah, she made it. And now Kathie lives in one of those uppity white neighborhoods.
No, I don't.
And by the way,
What?
her neighborhood is right up against where Native Americans' land is.
Yeah.
And so Kathie was like, I'm keeping my eye on you, people. Because it literally is a fence and no
It's
land.
next to the conservatory, the Plains Conservatory, and they literally have out there off of Hampton and E470. Yeah, there's tumbleweeds, and there's a rattlesnake observation thing, and they have a little house that's got teepees and old school wood houses,
like a replica
that pioneers would have built. And
that's gentrification. You built your house to move those people out.
Kids can go. It's education, Larry. Kids can go and stay in this little town
and learn the evil thing that Kathie J did to them when she bought her big giant house with a 3-car garage.
I even put Christmas lights in the backyard.
So they can see it.
Right, nobody's back there. But that's how rich I am. I'm kidding. I don't do that.
Blazin' Radio, Larry Ulibarri, Kathie J. Wiggins. I bought a gingerbread house for the girls to make.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
And it's a big one, too, so it'll be lots of eating.
See, I hope that, but I remember buying one last year.
And it was so little.
Right, and remember it was stale.
Yeah, it was not good.
The gingerbread sucked.
No, I got a good one.
Yeah, okay.
And so it's
I might need to go get more frosting just to be safe.
Well, it's a 3-story house,
Oh
so
my
I think
God.
we should be fine. And
it's the gentrification
of doll
the gingerbread.
houses. Right.
The gingerbread houses.
Right, exactly. It looks like one of those ones in North Denver that's
Right.
built sideways but rectangularly tall.
Right. It's got 3 floors.
Exactly.
Right.
The one we had last year was the regular house.
Boo.
Boo. That was the North Denver house. We're the high-low house.
Okay.
But I did get us that so we can
I'm
build
ready.
it.
I'm
I even
ready.
bought us one, too, so we can eat it while we're building
we're doing
that
the
one.
other one, right? Because the one that you build, you have to let
it stay up,
sit
and then
there
it
for a
gets
while.
stale.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'd rather. I'm glad you thought ahead.
Yeah, I know.
But you didn't
great
think
minds
ahead
think alike.
to get another thing of buttercream. I'm
Okay.
gonna have to stop the store and get one more thing of buttercream. Okay, so Wiggins, Larry, what do arson, barking, and outrunning the cops have in common?
I don't know, but something tells me you're going to have it in stupid news next.
Yep, there you go.
I don't care what they say about me.
And now,
I go dumb, I go stupid, I get crazy. Come on and clap.
It's Kathie J's Stupid News.
All right. A guy committed arson 12 times.
What?
Yeah, 12 times. Why? Because he couldn't find a job. It was very stressful.
I guess my new job is starting things on fire. He's all, I still haven't gotten a check. I don't know if I passed my UA, but I'm still going to go to work every day because I'm not I'm not a loser.
I went
guess I'm
somewhere,
going
Mom.
home,
I
right?
went somewhere.
Right.
so why do you smell like smoke?
Because I'm working.
Where are you taking the gas can?
I'm working.
Oh, this is horrible.
Your father's going to be upset when he wants to mow the lawn and looks for the gas can.
I'm working.
He's so edgy.
Takashi in Japan is a guy that's 44 years old.
I'm working. I got a job. Okay. Had to get that out.
He was. That's why I waited for you to do the
Right.
American dude. And
She's
then I
all,
looked
when your father come home to cut the bonsai tree and find out the gasoline is gone.
I am working.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
Okay.
So Takashi was searching for a job last month.
Takashi.
He was getting so frustrated with the process that he needed to blow off some steam.
Literally.
Right. So he set 12 different buildings on fire over the course of 8 days.
He's all, don't tell me I can't get something done.
Start, finish.
Start.
There you go.
Drops the mic. Yeah, now what? Jail.
Yeah, jail. Cops finally tracked him down. He admitted he did it as a means of recreation to cope with the job hunting stress. He's now been charged with 12 arson charges, including inflicting property damage. All of the places he set on fire were empty at the time. Fortunately, nobody was hurt.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
Well,
he's lucky.
Hey, he's got a conscience.
Right.
Right.
And now he's got somewhere to be
Right.
for a long time.
Hey, we found you a job. A different job.
A lady got arrested after she barked at her neighbor's dogs. I mean, I've barked out in the backyard. I didn't know you could get arrested for it.
Hey, if you speak dog, go for it.
Right. A 60-year-old lady named Lori. Lori must have lost it. And guess where she lives in Florida?
Orlando?
The Villages.
Florida's friendliest hometown. Now with a golf course.
You. So she lives in the Villages. She got angry Sunday. Her neighbors let the dogs out into the yard.
Who let the dogs out?
Her neighbors let their dogs out into the yard.
We were doing a song. Who let the dogs out?
Who? You guys are
Who
horrible.
let the dog out?
Okay. Ding, 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 ding. So the dogs were barking. They got let out into the yard. That happens.
Right.
Dogs bark.
They're excited.
Right?
They're out. They heard of something. They smelled something.
So Lori responded by going outside in her backyard and barking back at him.
Which should not be a crime.
Right. It's not. What she did next is the crime.
Oh. Then she pooped on him.
Okay, so then Lori, after she was done barking, walked over to the dog's house, rang the doorbell. The
And
owner
sniffed their butts.
slapped the owner in the face.
Oh, okay.
That's why she got arrested.
Okay.
She also then fought with the cops when they showed up.
Try to sniff their butts, too.
Based on the cuts and bruises on her face and her mugshot, it looks like there was a lot of resisting arrest going on. And she was probably barking the whole time.
Cops love when you resist.
Oh, totally. Don't resist. Don't resist. And finally, here we go. An 8-year-old was out shopping with her mom on Black Friday, stole mom's car, and then tried to outrun the cops.
Are you serious?
No.
That's happening at 8 now? Wow.
8. Avery's 4.
Oh,
I got
my God.
4 years. God.
We better teach her how to drive.
So, she's out shopping with her mom in Indiana, and all of a sudden, she ditches her mom, takes her mom's car keys, jumps in the driver's seat of the Jeep, and takes off.
Not before stopping at Taco Bell for a box.
She doesn't have any money.
Oh, that's well.
She
It's
didn't
in the
take-
center console.
She didn't take her mom's
It's
credit
in
card.
the center
is it?
console.
Okay. So she got into a police chase, speeds of up to 40 miles an hour. That's not really fast for us, but for an 8-year-old, that's fast.
Sorry, if I saw that car go by, I'd be like, self-driving car.
It's happened.
The other
in
day,
Indiana.
I was behind an old person, and you could not see them at all. So I was trying to pull my phone out to go, look, self-driving car. But I didn't. She turned.
You know what? We're all going to shrink as we get older. It's not going to be pretty. My grandma had 2 pillows on the car seat to help her see above the
Oh, my
steering
God.
wheel.
That's hilarious.
Okay, so the little girl, the 8-year-old, refused to stop when the cops tried to pull her over. More
She kept
cops
giving the little
got
baby
on.
finger.
Several police cruisers. They boxed her in and slowed her down. She made it 10 miles before cops were able to finally stop her.
4 tasers. It took 4 tasers to get her down.
She didn't put the Jeep in park when she got out of it.
Well, she doesn't know how to drive.
She doesn't know how
Yeah.
to drive. Doors were locked.
Oh.
And the little girl wouldn't get out.
Right, because she knew she was in big trouble.
So the cops had to shatter a window to pull her out.
They're all, we have to beat you up now, right?
But I'm only 8.
We don't care.
High-speed chase ends
Right.
with a beating.
4 grown men beating the hell out of an 8-year-old.
She got some minor cuts from the glass breaking, but she could end up facing charges for it as well as never get her license.
And her mom's standing in the parking lot not knowing where she's at.
Huh?
Holding all the bags.
How could you? Where
I swear
is she?
I parked here.
Huh.
Hey, don't make any plans this Thursday after work. You're going to come hang with us at the Alamo Draft House on
Yes.
Colfax.
Yes.
It's the Sloan's Lake location, and we're doing our happy hour. And so we're having a bunch of people come by and just, we're sick and tired of the news being so stressful. And
Yeah.
it's all about perverts, and it's all about war and this, that, the other. So we just want to have a little bubble of happiness.
Yeah.
And that'll be Thursday night from 4 to 6.
And that Blazin' Hit radio drink will get us into that bubble of happiness.
Bring a designated, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Or an Uber.
Yeah, or an
Because,
Uber.
Yeah. I'm bringing designated.
Yeah, are you really?
Yeah.
Speaking of, Kelsey, if you're listening, I need you to come back because I know that I can be more sober for this happy hour. So we can totally hang out more.
Right, Kathie was pre-gaming before happy hour.
I did pre-game.
Yeah, so,
I was like, we've been wanting a happy hour with listeners forever. We finally have one.
and Kathie showed up wasted.
But
Thank God you weren't driving.
it was a good day. Okay.
But yeah, definitely see us at the Alamo Draft House this Thursday, 4 to 6.
Yes. So how are you two doing with your Christmas decorations?
Like the thing is, to be honest, we haven't done ours yet, and
Oh,
we screwed up
boo.
because the weather was so nice the last few days, and now it's going to be colder. But
No, it's going to get warm again by the weekend.
oh, good.
So you're fine.
Oh,
Today
sweet.
is just a cold day.
Okay.
Right. So you'll be fine. So why didn't you do it this? Oh, because Chris and his mom passing
dealing with that whole thing.
away. Okay,
and so, but
you have a pass.
Right, and we don't all have a Mr. Efficient at home that puts them up, right after turkey dinner, the last bite. He's outside.
Mr. Efficient started putting them up Wednesday. Before Thanksgiving.
See, he's just on it. He's like, I have so much stuff to do. I need to get this out of the way.
You know what? Because we're trying to have our realtor, Andy Young, come in and do our house. I think I might professionally get it done so that when people come in and get a tour, it's like that
they'll be
whole,
like, oh my God.
Yeah.
They'll feel like they want to buy it like it's home.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Psychological.
Totally.
Right.
You get in their head, Wiggins.
In their head.
Yeah, it's called when you set up your house for a showing. It's called there's a word for it. Staging.
Yes.
Right. And so
I thought you were setting up for a joke right there.
No. It's called,
you know what it's called when someone comes over to your house.
Hey, if Larry didn't have this job, he would be a
staging
stager
houses
because he loves it.
And I'd love to go into people's houses and go, oh, Ruth, you're never going to sell this gross house. You're going to have to get rid of this couch and this chair and move that and put these
Come
pictures
over,
up.
bro.
You have a beautiful house.
I think you've been over there once. Yeah, but come over and stage it, bro.
Yeah, you should.
I'm trying to get top value for us, So
you should.
All right, well, that means I'm going to have to bring my furniture in. All right, so we're going to stage this. You know some people that stage?
They do. They will rent furniture for the staging to sell the house.
Exactly, but but your house is beautiful.
Yeah,
really
I know,
is.
but I need it staged the right way.
No, you need
I
the
think your house is fine. I mean, your main floor is like great. Like you actually did a really good job. I was kind of afraid.
You want to buy my house?
No, I don't like it that much.
You were kind of afraid. What do you mean?
Well, I was like, someone's good at decorating.
Oh,
yeah,
it was you were Kayla.
Oh yeah, okay. It was Kayla.
Right. Yeah, because we remember Wiggins' other apartment. The only stuff that was cool in there was yours, Larry.
Yeah,
and the same with me. The only cool stuff in my house was what Larry's passed on to me.
That was it.
I'm like, you like that zebra chair? It's from Larry.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. You know what?
You like that Colorado size from Larry?
I got a couch from Larry, and then when we moved out of our place that we lived with my buddy Kevin, when we moved out of there, I was like, all right, I'm going to take this couch. It's a good couch.
Right.
And then take it to the Salvation Army and drop it off and donate it.
Right.
And so as I'm pulling up to donate it, someone just pulled up behind me and said, hey, are you just going to donate that? We were going to buy a couch. Can we just have that? I was like, oh, yeah, of course.
Oh,
yeah.
that's nice.
So I gave it to him, and I was all, do you know whose couch this is? This is Larry Ulibarri's couch. I was like, I'm his producer. I was like, I sat on this for 4 years.
I know, right? It was a nice couch until my butt got on it.
No. He's all, so deep inside of the cushions of that couch are Larry Ulibarri's trap farts. Yeah. And they were topped by my trap farts.
Yeah, right. Okay, give the couch back. Right. Okay.
Good couch.
So the reason why I was asking is because there's a new trend happening right now with Christmas trees.
Okay.
So you know how some people they don't have the time to put up the Christmas tree, or it's just not the holidays, so they'll just wrap Christmas lights over a ladder or on a palm tree that's in their house, or
they'll ad lib.
Right, with whatever's in their house, they put the Christmas trees around it, some ornaments,
like
and that's their tree. Well, the new thing going on out there is upside down Christmas trees.
Oh no, I've seen those.
Have you seen them?
In fact,
it's ridiculous.
Wayfair, you got just what I need. In their commercial, they actually show an upside down Christmas tree, which is kind of brilliant because it leaves a lot of room for the presents.
How many presents do you need?
But what I'm saying is like, you know how like the tree takes up enough space anyway.
Yes.
So if you don't have I used to have a designated tree area, which is now where my bar is. So I really don't have a place for my tree, so I have to move some stuff around. And then I can't. It's like up against the window, so I'm like, people don't even see the ornaments on that other side.
True, that's where you put the ugly ornaments. Everybody knows that secret.
Well, the
side of the tree that nobody sees, that's where your lame ornaments go.
I was looking into, they make a thing where your tree spins.
Oh my gosh.
So and it just some people have that.
Your house.
No, listen, some people have those, and it's not even that big of a deal.
In some sort of mood lighting. And then I was going to do, put a remote control on my curtains so they open, and especially when the timed lighting on the. Of course you do.
Okay, but listen,
keep going.
The tree goes around so slow that everybody gets a chance to look at all the ornaments from
every angle. What are we at Macy's? Why do I need to see all that?
Because mine's all shoved against the wall. But you were just asking, and then the upside down one actually kind of works because you have more room to walk around it, and the top part is where you have to kind of.
Well, how big is that tree? Yeah, most trees are only 6 feet tall.
Stupid. Right. So.
Does it mean something satanic?
No, there's I know, like the upside down cross. I mean, you would think about it. So Home Depot, Target, they all have them. But speaking of religious stuff, the upside down tree is big in Central and Eastern Europe because people think it resembles the shape of Jesus on the cross.
Oh.
Because the wider part is the top, which would be his arms coming out.
Okay.
So I...
Jesus poked me in the eye.
Right. Ow.
Jesus got sap in my cornea.
I can't open my eye.
Some people do it so their pets can't get to the tree. You know what I mean? Like
to the ornaments?
Right, because some cats crawl up in the tree.
Yeah, there's that. The upside down tree also apparently can show off your ornaments better because they're dangling in the air and not being covered up by all the branches.
Right,
that they're falling down onto.
But it looks
I don't know.
weird.
I'm still not feeling it.
Right.
Because I love my ornaments. That's like my favorite thing in the house. My husband knows if the house catches fire, save these 2 boxes of Christmas
the children
ornaments.
are for themselves.
Right. So the children, the dogs, good luck. Get these ornaments out of the house. So I would love more people to see them, but I'm not cool with the upside down tree.
Do you and Mr. Efficient play hide the pickle?
In the tree?
Yeah, there's a tradition. What? It's a German tradition.
I got tricked by this last year.
Right, where you actually, they would put a pickle in the tree, and the kid who finds the pickle gets an extra present.
Yes.
So now they have ornaments that are pickles, so you don't have to use a real pickle.
Oh. Thank goodness.
But yeah, so that's what the pickle thing is. So if Mr. Efficient tries to slip you the pickle, that just means you got an extra present.
Right, which last year...
And it also means you're having another baby.
No more pickles.
She's all, I'm so tired of the little dill. I need one of those big ones that you get at the fair, the county
ones that
fair.
last forever. Right. That you can that you need 2 hands to start eating. I need that.
She's like, it comes in a bag, and it's like...
Right, all the juices around it.
Oh, my goodness.
Again, it lasts forever.
Right, it's a 2-day pickle. Really.
And now,
all tea, all shade, hunty.
Celebrity Trash and Bash with Larry, Kathie, and Wiggins.
Can I get an amen up in here?
Here's Kathie J.
Rolling Stone did the 20 best albums of the year. Number 1 we play right here, Kendrick Lamar, Damn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very cool. He tops the list.
Who else was in there?
Lord was number 2 with Melodrama. U2 comes out this Friday, but they've already put it on the list.
Well, that's just how much clout those guys have.
Exactly. Songs of Experience, U2 comes out this Friday. Kesha, the Rainbow album, they gave number 4 of the best albums of 2017.
Well, I might have to give that a listen.
Yeah, what?
What?
And what?
What?
You said Kesha.
I said Kesha,
and
he
you
said
you want to listen to it.
Okay, well, there's 2 tracks by Kesha that we all love, and that's
God.
TikTok, which introduced us to Kesha, and then the second Kesha track was I'm yelling timber, get out my way, you better move.
Yeah, I know, he hated her, but he loved that song. Remember, she lost all that weight, and he loved that song and that video, and we were saying, she's not healthy, she doesn't look good.
Well, anyway, here's the thing.
And what?
Don't judge me by what I like or hate, because clearly that's not going to stick. So
you heard it here first, everybody. You heard it here again.
If what I think is happening, and this is a trend of how everything goes for me, that I hate it first, and then I love it.
Yep.
I might be loving me some Donald Trump soon.
Oh my God.
I know, right?
Oh my God.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you can flip-flop that much.
Oh, no, I'm saying Trump's not that bad.
Whoa, I don't know about that. We're all succumbing to the orange glow.
Oh, wait for it. Where's my rim shot? See, I don't have the rim shot.
Yeah, you're the guy that does the sound effect. How'd you not have it for you?
How are you not going to give yourself a rim job?
Yes, okay, there. So, American actress Meghan Markle, as you all have heard by now, she is engaged to Prince Harry.
And everybody can't believe that he brought a woman who's already been married.
I love that.
And she's biracial.
Yes, I love it.
She looks permanently tan.
You're right, and she's older than him.
And she's older.
I just think it's awesome. Did you watch, you guys don't get down like I do. I saw some of the
coverage. No, I saw some of the coverage, and she's adorable.
She's great.
And she's like, he got on one knee, and it was really cute.
So when he proposed to her, it wasn't in front of a bunch of people. They were having just a quiet night at home, trying to cook chicken, is what they said.
Right.
And he got down on one knee and proposed.
This chicken? Do I shoot it?
So she didn't even let him finish. She said yes right away.
Right. She's like, can I say yes now?
Right. She's like, not an idiot.
That was probably the first, because anyone else would try to make it romantic and try to make it a beautiful thing. But they're so used to that they're like, let's just do what regular people do. I'll try to make it all cute and stuff.
All, I opened a Coors Light, and I'm trying to make chicken. We're regular people. He's all, you look like the lead singer singer of Fifth Harmony who left and started her own song.
Oh, yes.
She kind of looks like her.
Carmen Cabela or whatever.
Right.
You know, she is beautiful.
No, they're hot.
But sources are saying that she is going to become a British citizen.
Okay.
Once.
Because that's where all the money is.
Right, yeah. He's not American. She's going over there.
Well, and I said this yesterday, and it stands true. He is a good-looking Ed Sheeran.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Right.
They each have their own talents.
Right.
But it is cute to see them in love. But here's the thing. You mentioned how she's a mixed, or her mom is African-American.
She's biracial, which, by the way, does not mean bisexual. I learned that.
No, they're one and the same.
Tried to bring a girl in, and it didn't work.
Well, London's press is having a hard time understanding that not all black people look alike.
Okay.
So they posted a picture of Meghan Markle's mom.
Okay.
It wasn't Meghan Markle's mom.
Oh.
It was another African-American lady who is like a regular on the gossip table on VH1 and things like that. Meghan Markle's mom is just as beautiful as Meghan. She actually looks just like Meghan. And she's a social worker. So big difference in the two ladies that they thought between who her mom is beautiful.
No, for sure.
And the lady that they were
thought was her looks kind of like a Bronco with a wig.
Right, she does look like a Denver Bronco with a wig.
But yeah, she's gorgeous.
It'll take everybody a second to get it down, but I'm glad that she's breaking stereotypes.
I know, but you know, his parents or his grandparents are going to be like, oh, so we made some jive music for you, and we got some of your chitlins.
I hope not.
Yes.
Oh, God.
And the collard green.
Yeah, let's
to make you feel comfortable.
No.
Yes, holler, raise the roof. Raise the roof.
Okay, all right.
Raise the roof.
Miley Cyrus has said she doesn't even like her own music.
Oh, my God.
It's not just us. It's her, too.
So now her and I have two things in common.
What is the other thing?
That I love her husband.
Oh, right. Who doesn't
She's
love
married?
Liam?
They did get married?
I don't know.
She's wearing a big ring.
Oh, okay. Well, this is her talking about it.
What y'all can really look forward to is Brooke's record when she makes one. She has got such an amazing ear and an amazing way to interpret pop music, which I'm the pop star sitting here, and I don't even like pop music half the time, and I don't even like my own pop music most of the time. But you take a song that's on the radio that I can't always relate to, and like Adam said, make it about you, and I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay, first of all, there's a reason she was never a phone sex operator. What? The worst voice.
I think
such a boner shrinker.
I always remember that morning she called us.
Hey,
and was
what's
like,
up?
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going, guys?
It's Miley.
And here's the thing.
Right.
She said she didn't like her pop music. She's probably all about her dumb country music.
Right. Oh, no, she likes the country.
Malibu.
Yeah.
Malibu.
And finally, Harvey Weinstein's been accused of something else. Not sexual assault, not sexual harass. Now it's sexual or sex trafficking.
What?
Oh.
Right?
That's serious.
Like,
I mean, it's all serious, but that's like...
Yeah, so there's 60 women that have come forward against Harvey Weinstein. Uma Thurman was one of the latest.
Yeah.
And you know there's going to be more to come from Uma Thurman because she said that in her Instagram post.
Oh, so he probably hit on her too?
He did Kill Bill and Pulp Fiction.
Oh,
so she said something like, you don't deserve a bullet. I'm glad you're having a slow death. You deserve this. Hashtag Me Too. More to come.
Whoa.
I can't wait to hear what Uma Thurman's going to come with. But anyway, so Harvey Weinstein's now being accused by another actress that he groomed her for sex trafficking and an assault that happened in London. He told her that he had a role in mind for her and that it would be good for her. And if she just would go along with him.
You're going to play a woman who's been abducted and sold into sex slavery.
Right.
It's going to last quite a few years, and you won't see the cameras. Just keep acting.
He got her in his hotel room, and Harvey Weinstein began massaging actress Katie Noble's shoulders. Then he gripped her shoulders and looked down at her and said, you need to relax. And if you do this, I'm going to have my people give you details, and they're going to take care of everything for you. And then I need you to walk up and down the room for me. It's an audition for where you're going.
He's all, I need you to audition on my face and then audition on my crotch. And then if I have any energy, you can audition on my ass.
Then a producer who worked for the Weinstein Company spoke with her and told her that she needed to be a good girl and do whatever Harvey Weinstein asked her. And if she did, they would continue to work with her in the future.
Wow, so everybody was in on it.
Then,
and it's like, here's your gift bag.
Then Harvey.
It's like a bag filled with like Pulp Fiction shirt. It's got like every movie he's in, Goodwill Hunting hoodie. And everybody's like, okay, thanks.
That's horrible. Then Harvey, this is horrible, pulled her into the bathroom, forced himself on her. She goes into detail about what he did. She tried to get out. He blocked the exit. And then he more or less raped her. And then he said that he then started telling her, I'm sending you to London. I have people that will like you.
Whoa, she's like, I'm not a hooker?
Right. So, but, I mean, you're Harvey Weinstein. You get these actresses that are willing to do anything. You have high-powered friends that would love to sleep with that actress. I'm sure it did happen.
Imagine all the women who did stuff with him that didn't get a part.
Right.
Or didn't get called back and still had to endure that.
Are those the ones that are coming forward?
I don't know.
Because maybe the ones that are shutting up are the ones that got the gigs.
Right. Or
got their careers.
I could see somebody still taking the short end of the stick and not saying anything, you know?
Right. So that's just crazy. But wow, Harvey.
It's the story that keeps giving.
Yeah.
Like his herpes.
Oh.
Blazin' It Radio, I'm Larry Uliberry.
I'm Kathie J.
I'm Wiggins.
And we need you to write a letter on behalf of somebody you know who's not going to have the best Christmas.
It's time for the Christmas wish, everybody.
Yep.
And so you can send it to ChristmasWish@BlazinHitRadio.com. We'll give you more details as well as we get closer, but just start writing them and sending them in. We already got a few coming in.
Yay.
Right. So you're basically going to give us a couple paragraphs on somebody who might not like afford toys for their kid, or they don't have enough money for the heating bill.
Glasses, groceries.
Yeah.
Somebody needs help with their teeth. We like all of those wishes because we get into the community and get the people to help us.
And if you want to nominate yourself, nominate your kids or nominate your husband.
Yes.
And then write the letter on their behalf.
And huge shout out to the Green Solution because they're all about the community and they've been partnered up with us, especially on this. In the bigger picture, yes, but with this, they're helping it so we can grant these wishes. So thank you to the Green Solution.
Yeah, we often talk about the things that we want to do, and they were really amped about our food drive and the Christmas wish because this is their chance to get involved and give back and help.
Right, because they're Denver people.
Right.
They want to give into the community. Exactly.
They grew up listening to us, damn it.
I love that.
So send them in to ChristmasWish@BlazinHitRadio.com.